Alright, this week has been terrible, but I'm just going to steadily and calmly go through the trades we took. Okay, this was the first trade we took this week. This was the first trade we took this week. Okay, let me hide this for a while. This was last week. Okay. This was an attempted breakout. 1, 2, 3. Entered, got swiped completely. Okay, bring back up. No problem. This is the breakout number 1, 2, 3. Entered here. Why did I enter yourself? It didn't even matter. But I think the only thing I would have changed about this trade is the conservative entry. I entered here maybe because I already thought that okay, price has already done this before. The retracement will not be that deep, so that's why I probably entered here. But regardless, I should have entered here. More in hindsight, things are a lot clearer. But entering here would have not been too bad. Wouldn't have been too bad. But wouldn't have made any much difference, did that? So we entered here, price closed here. We didn't do much because we kind of knew that we should have entered here originally. So I mean, we didn't close the trade, you know. We didn't close the trade, and we got stopped. What could we have changed? Probably I would have entered a more conservative entry, but that wouldn't have changed anything because got just no candles were high range. You would have taken me out immediately. Nothing would have changed. Nothing would have changed. 3 people, so I've gotten wiped. But anyhow, 3 solid mariposas came back here. I was tempted to enter here, but is this something I can repeat? Is it something that can repeat? Is it even a smart decision? Have I backtested it? Do I know the probability of success? No. I didn't enter anymore. Next candles. Very solid bullish candles. We wanted to enter probably here, I think, or here. We wanted to enter at these levels again, but price didn't get back to the level. Just went straight to TP. Funny how this is a 1 to 6. Oh fuck, just 1 to 4. 1 to 4 RR, 1 to 4 RR. We are trying to what did I say? Let our profits run. So as something we added last week, I think. I don't know, my voice. I'm not in a very good mood. I'm not in a very good place, so I shouldn't be. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm just trying to really push through this video. Really push through it. Yeah. First trade took this week, 0.75 loss. We could have probably just entered a more conservative entry, but that won't have changed anything. But next time, you should not forget, this is a very conservative. Your entry should be conservative. The retracements are quite deep. Okay, next trade was on CJ. CJ has been eating me up. Seriously. Okay, where are we? Yes. What is it now? 83. Where is the trade? Oh, is there? So this seemed like it's an overall upside. 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't enter this trade because 1, 3, 4, it's not a very good sign, so we just chilled. Waited for the fifth. Fifth slaughtered. We were expecting further downside, but it didn't happen. And when it didn't happen, to me was a sign that okay, the BS failed to follow through. The BS just failed to follow through. It's not a very good bearish signal. When the BS have a very good, what will I say, mind to protect their level. They broke back into the boundary. But despite all this strength and proof of strength, they failed to continue the downside. Not a very good sign. After this candle, weak close, not just weak close, but bullish candle, not a very good sign either. This one, not a very good sign. I now entered after this candle close here. I shouldn't have entered this. I feel like this is the most avoidable trade I took this week. We should have waited for price to close beyond this level before re-entering at this level. This was not a very good bullish signal, but after these three, I kind of concluded that, oh, the BS failed to follow through. After 2-3 candles, there's really little. I can't keep vouching for them anymore. They are done. So I entered the trade and I got wiped immediately. Looking back, it didn't even take me, like, I should have entered after this leg. This candle has been broken. This would have been proof of bullish dominance. What I saw was proof of bearish weakness, but not proof of what's it called? But not proof of bullish dominance. So if you had waited for price to close beyond this level, I think we should have been able to avoid this loss entirely. Should have been able to avoid this is the most avoidable loss I had this week. Is this a mistake? Yes, it is a mistake. Should have waited for price to finish the job. It was close, but it didn't finish the job. We jumped the gun here, Sha. We jumped the gun here. We saw, oh, bears are not following through. 1, 2, okay, let's just push. We should have waited for this thing to close above this place. If this kind of fails to close above this place, it's not a very good sign either. It's not a very good sign. Anyhow, that was all. That was all for the second trade. Third, NJ. NJ, EJ, and CJ have been very tough pairs this week. I'm not in this trade, by the way. I'm not in this trade. Okay, this was AUT4. Breakdown, break back in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Had our entry, we entered, fine and good. Weak close on the bearish side, good sign. Next candle, not a very good sign, but it's proof of, what will I say? It's proof of bearish weakness, but it's not bullish dominance. Proof of bearish weakness. Bullish dominance would have been closing above this level here. This would have been proof of bullish dominance. But we entered regardless because bearish weakness is somewhat okay. It goes from bearish weakness to bullish dominance. And there was already a confirmatory signal 1, 2, 3. So we pushed, we entered. We entered immediately after the candle closed. We didn't want to wait for a retracement because this was probably my CTC. Yeah. Condition to cut. If we close beyond this level, we'll leave. So 1, 2, zip, dead, gone, slaughtered. It was going quite well for a while. Actually, it was going quite well. So I wasn't. I reduced my stop loss share after this week. I raised the SL to this level here. Ended up being a 0.6, 0.55% loss. But we got, our net worth there. Managed to save a couple of the loss there. Just 0.6% loss share. Well, that was that. And EJ. On EJ, this trade, God of mercy. I'm only the engineer, the price is the pilot. This is from Expert Trader. 93 Lessons to Learn from Richard Wyckoff by Frank Marshall. The trading book I found recently. Actually, the book that gave me the idea of gunning for absolute profits, like, letting the losses the profits really go, like, this thing is really, that's where I took it from. Apparently Wyckoff didn't have take profits. Okay, 85. Bam. Next candle was a very strong bullish signal. Failure of BS to continue the downside. Like, they continued the downside and they lost a lot of ground. This is a wonderful sign. So after this, I waited for the next candle to close. Did I? No, I don't think I did. I didn't. I entered immediately. 1, 2, 3. I entered immediately here. And candle closed here on my CTC. I left the trade. Yeah, I left the trade. Left trade at 0.4% loss. Left the trade because after this wonderful loss of ground by the Bears and managed the strength of the Bulls to take up all these advancements, they managed to like reduce all the gains that the Bears made. And if they had so much strength, why were they not able to continue that bull run? At least have a higher close. They had neither. Not only did they have neither, they closed below the low. That was not very a good sign. That was not a very good sign. That was not a very good sign at all. So I left the trade. Left trade with 0.4% loss, and I would do that even now if I went back in time. I was going to do it again. It's a smart move on my part, because they would have gotten stopped around here. Not a very smart trade to stay in. The fact that the Bulls were not able to continue this bull run after this scandal is a terrible signal. Terrible signal. But anyhow, moving on. Lack of follow through is one very key indicator that is a very good indicator. That's just all. Okay, fifth was CJ, then EJ. Yeah. All these losses are piling up. 7 consecutive losses for the month. 7% down. 6.8 was practically 7% down. I was not in the mood to make this video at all. But let me just go to 6 first. Okay. 6th trade of the week. Well, what happened here? Okay, this thing happened on EJ, but it was from the top, so I bought. Then it failed, so I left the trade. This is the same pattern here happened on EJ. This is what we just finished just now. Then okay, fine, went back in. Okay, but I knew that the fact that the Bulls failed to continue this bull run here means that it's most likely going to go to the sell side. I knew it, and I switched here to a sell. I switched to a sell immediately. At least I left the buy on EJ, came to CJ and pushed the sell. Because CJ and EJ are highly correlated, somewhat. They are very correlated, but not that much. I pushed the sell on this side. I am at 7.5, yeah. 7.5. Would that have made the trade more conservative? Personally, I don't think so. Because I lost this trade by 1 pip. Well, just a single pip. My SL was 0.5. The high of this candle was 0.5. The high of the candle was 0.5. 107.053. My SL was 107.05, including spread. I got my ass handed to me by 1 pip, and this trade will have been very useful, man, because I've been bleeding money, man, bleeding losses. The losses are just gushing out. Anywho, this ended in a loss. This trade and the one that happened on EJ are the same, practically similar, but not the same. Sure. Similar. Yeah, this was the trade just finished talking about. Same pattern. We entered the buy side here. Buy side flopped, so we ditched it and we went to the sell side immediately on both, actually. Oh yeah, I have a rule that states I cannot enter more than 2 correlated trades. I'm not going to remove it. I can handle the 1.5% loss psychologically, as far as according to my rules. Funny fact, I didn't really receive a lot of emotional damage from all these losses. I didn't receive a lot of emotional damage. It was proof. Yeah. Come a long way, bro. Anyhow, so we moved on, and this trade, CJ and EJ, we took trades at the same time. This sell side position, 6 and 7. What happened here? Oh, price went back up. We knew it was going to push it downside. We waited patiently. Price came back down, fine and good. Price went back up. When did we get stopped? As soon as this candle closed, we left the sell side. We left the buy side. We left the buy side here and switched immediately to the sell side. Was this a mistake? No, it was not. We were right on the direction, or at least on CJ. We pushed the play. Could it have been more conservative? On EJ, that wouldn't have helped. But we entered the trade. It got stopped immediately. Not immediately, sharp in the first candle. On both. So we immediately had a 1.5% loss. Boom! While I was 5.5% down, so 7% down, like that. Now that I'm 3% down, I don't think I'll enter two correlated trades at the same time. I don't have the drawdown available to handle such a loss. So I'm not doing that for now. Probably until I get back to break even or profit. If I even do. That was what I trade took this week. But there was a trade that was on NJ that was funny. I didn't take it, but it was quite funny. Yeah, this trade. When this happened, this thing happened on EJ, CJ, and NJ. Happened on all of them. But this one didn't happen near the border, so we didn't enter. And this was not a very good sign. This was not a very good sign. This was not a very good sign. This also happened while I was on both CJ and EJ, so there's no incentive for me to enter three trades at the same time. But this would have been very nice. Going back, I don't think I would have even still entered a trade because at this point, after this trash close, it's still in a very bearish position. This looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4 schematic to me. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 schematic. A pattern. A close and open is within 10 pip range of each other. It was not looking like a trade that I would like to enter. And there was, reason to not enter. It's a 10 pip, 1, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And even sank. So this candle is quite solid. It's not the beans, this thing is 30 plus pips, even 40, 35. It's close to 40 pips. Close to 40 pip candle. Back hitting your border like that. I was here at this level and I chose not to enter. Oh, why didn't I enter? I didn't enter because I suspected the overall direction was upward. This was boosted by the loss on EJ and CJ. Yeah. After this candle here on EJ and CJ stopped me out. I was like, okay, probably I got the direction wrong. So I didn't enter this trade. And the 105 thing that was formed at the entry, this was not also a very good sign for the sellers. Because this happens most of the time, price will just, retrace a bit quite deeply most of the time. But it didn't happen. It retraced quite substantially, but not too much. So when it enter, I suspected the overall direction was upward. So this was boosted by the loss on EJ and CJ and 135 sync schematic, 12345 sync that formed on the entry. It wasn't out of fear or emotion from the losses. That was true. It wasn't out of fear or emotion. I was not fearful by not entering this trade. Do I regret not entering the trade? Not really, because I would do it again with such indications of, what will I say, bearish fuck-ups. Fucked up here, fucked up here. This candle is not a very good sign for the bears. They now see fucked up on the follow-through, your last fucking chance. Then this happens. This is not, this is bad. This is 105 sync. You have 4 candles, you're failing to push price down when you're in a fucking downtrend. Once, okay. Twice, okay. Thrice, not only did you have a good advancement, you failed to finish the job. You went quite deep. But the bulls managed to take all advancement away from you and close higher. That's not very nice at all. In your last chance, you managed to do something small. It was such a bad signal that I was like, damn, these guys are fucked. So at this point, funny enough, this was the same that happened on the CJ and EJ. And I supported the buy side here. After these 3 candles, I supported the buy side. After this candle, I stopped supporting the buy side on CG and EG. After this candle, I realized that okay, maybe I'm wrong. That's on EG and CG. I realized that okay, maybe I'm wrong. The bulls are. After these three, the bulls were in charge. After this, the sellers. After this, I just left it. Like, oh, fuck it. Sellers, I thought they were right. They were wrong. I got stopped by this. After all this, there was so much opposition to the trade that I was like, it's not worth entering this trade. It's not worth it. Because not only is it unqualified by the appearance of this, it's also unqualified by the interpretation of price. Let's not even enter the fact that it's in opposition. Ah, God of fucking mercy. But sure, I could give a lot of excuses. But going back, I would not have still entered the trade. It's not something I would have entered. That's just the simple truth. That's just the truth. I would have not entered this trade. Even if I went back, I do not regret not entering this trade. But it's still something that hurts somewhat. Like, I could have, I should have, I would have. It still hurts a bit, but there's not much you can do. So after all these losses, I am practically 11% down, almost 12% down. I have $20 left. I've lost. I'm going to, if I lose this account, my FF, all my Forex funds accounts have gone. I've lost everything. I've lost everything. I'm probably going to lose this one, but I don't think I'll keep trading itself. I'm not going to keep trading this account. I'll probably just leave it there so I can pay refresh at some point if I choose to, which I might not. Because they are now, the challenges have no time limit now, so I'll be a much better use of money. Even my first fund said their challenges don't have limits, time limits. So I'll be much better use of money. But anything else? Yeah, I found the next account. 7% down for the month. I started doing it in July actually, yes. 7% down. July was 2% down. This month we are about 5% down. 4.5 around there. It's not good. Is there hope? I don't know. But I'll keep trying my best. I'll keep trading. What's it called? What's the thing again, Seth? Life is just a game. You maximize your wins, you minimize your losses, and stay in the game as long as you can. That's all. All I can do is just stay in the game at this point. Try my best. If I wanted to give up, I would have given up quite a while ago, not now. 2022 was a stellar year. 2023 has been nothing but tragedy. Consistent pain. But anywho, let's see. August hopefully should end well, but I'm just going to place my trades. However they happen, qualified trades I will not regret, being watchful of the market. I'm not missing my trades. I'm just going to make sure I do my job as a fucking trader, which is place good trades and make money. I'm not making money, so I can at least just place good trades, obey my rules, and just, do my best. So when all goes to hell, I'll be comfortable in hell knowing that yes, I did what I could. Yeah, fucked it up, but still, that was the best of my abilities. Anyhow, that's all for today. For this week, this video was annoying to make, but we made it. Good for me. Sayonara.